What's going on, everybody? So it's a little bit late, but you guys already know I had to go run up the cut. Anyways, for those of you who are just now joining, every day I've been pretty much going through the 48 Laws of Power written by Robert Greene. Currently, we're on Law 11. So Law 11 says, learn to keep people dependent on you. Let's see. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so they can do without you. Damn. So if you are just now joining, this book was written on how to pretty much kind of like rule the world around you, how to get people to work for you, and etc. I've been going through pretty much each law, and maybe I'll share my personal opinion, whether I think it's a good law to, kind of understand, or if maybe I didn't agree with it fully. But anyways, so learn to keep people dependent on you. I mean, you definitely, I like this law. I definitely think it's a law that you should practice, once again, simply because it's true. We live in a competitive world, man, where if you don't stand out from anybody else, right? What makes you so valuable? What makes you so valuable to that company? What makes you so interesting? Why do we want to hire you? Why should you get promoted, right? So if you learn how to keep people dependent on you, that means that you have something that your superiors need. Without you, their goal or mission cannot get done. And you want to be the only one that can do what you do. If you manage to accomplish this, then you've managed to accomplish Law 11, learning how to keep people dependent on you. Why? Because once you accomplish this, then the company or the people that have hired you pretty much seal their fate. Without you, their mission is not going to get completed. Therefore, they're going to want to keep you around. As a matter of fact, they're going to want to push you to your max limits. And what does that mean? That means they want to get the most they can out of you. So what can we get out of this guy to make our company better? That means promotions. You're going to be moving up in positions rapidly because they know that you're a valuable asset. They know that you're that missing piece of the puzzle. If at any given moment you feel like your job isn't secured, then maybe you don't have them depending on you, right? Because when you have somebody depending on you, sure, it's always possible to replace somebody, but guess what? They don't know if the next guy is going to be able to do it like you do it. So let's stop and think about this for a second, right? Put yourself in that position of authority. Put yourself in that mindset of a supervisor, manager, CEO, or the company as a whole. If you're that superstar, if you're that link that's going to take us from point A to point Z, why would we even think about replacing you, right? The only time that we're going to even think about replacing you is because we're going to further your career so that we can further our ultimate goal. One of the ways that you can do this is actually by possessing a talent or a creative skill that sets you aside from the crowd. By doing so, you're not intimidating the master, right? Because if we go back to Law 1 says never outshine the master. So you don't want to do that. Why? Because then they'll feel threatened. They'll feel like their own position is in jeopardy, and you don't want to do that. But at the same time, you're setting yourself aside from your peers, showing that, hey, out of all these guys, you're the most qualified. If you're the most qualified, why are we even going to think about replacing you? Why are we even going to think about, putting somebody else on top of you or anything like that, right? We don't want that, because we don't want to put any barriers in your, in your path. We want you to take us from point A to Z, from start to finish. It's as simple as that. Learning to keep people depending on you. That's how I see it, and that's how I believe it applies in today's world. So that really sums up Law 11, guys. Hopefully, tomorrow I got an easier schedule. I can do a Law 12 a little bit earlier. As always, let me know if you guys have a different perspective on Law 11, on, what it means to learn how to keep people depending on you. Again, answer my daily poll, guys. You guys are, more people are interacting day to day, so I love it. Today's daily poll, just let me know if you guys think it's good to have people depending on you, all right?